Hello and welcome back to Vintage Treasures, and today, as you can probably see, I have a package from Target. And while there's a lot of things you can get at Target, there's something I've been wanting for a while. It's actually, as far as I know, a Target exclusive. Something I've been excited about. Now, me personally, I don't really get into the modern, like, re-releases and all that with the Turtles. I got the movie set. I think because it was popular, so I got it because it was relatively cheap. And that splinter made the whole thing kind of feel like cheap. But the set's pretty solid besides that, especially the Super Shredder. But a lot of the times I look at them and end up passing because what they did with the cards just looks too modern and nothing like the original packaging. And when I saw these for only 50 bucks on Target's website, I knew I had to get them because the cards just looked so accurate. So let's get this open. I have my trusty pair of scissors. And this Target tape is pretty nice because you can just, it's paper. And it cuts pretty nicely, pretty easily. It's not really much to it. I think that has maybe it has a paper on it to make sure it's not my address. All right, so it did have my address on it, so good thing I paused. But as you can see here, what the heck happened to this packaging? Hold on, let me pull this out. What in the world? Let me get this box out of the way. All right, so I promise you, I just opened this thing, like just in front of you, obviously. Let me adjust my camera. I just opened this box in front of you, and I don't give a crap about this thing. I was probably going to toss it anyway, but what are you doing, Target? Come on, this was cheap for a collectible, but not cheap as an item. Well, I guess we could take it out in an unconventional way. And put this, what's supposed to be a slipcover to the side. I don't know what the deal is, and it's even like, it's got a tear in the bottom. I don't know what the deal is with that. Doesn't bother me too much, I don't really care, but it definitely is something that I didn't expect. So we look here, we have a television with the Turtles on it, and we have Mikey spinning his tongue out, Raph spinning his head, we have Donnie spinning his bandana, and Leo with his eyes out. And to any collector of the Vintage Turtles line, this would be obvious. This is the Toon Turtles from 1991, I believe, or was it 92? So yeah, I actually had to check the figure. It is from 1992. I was right on the second guess. I don't know how well you can see that. But you can see, this is the only Toon Turtle I had from the whole line. Like, this was it. Got this guy at a toy show recently. I think that video is gonna... I got it together. It's just got to be put on YouTube. But I got this in that bunch of figures, and I paid $5 for him, so pretty good. The problem with these figures is they're $20 each with no accessories, so that was gonna run me for my money. And this guy's really in good condition. I think that's a factory error with the paint. I think that's just the sparkles clumped up a bit. Probably something to do with the paint application, and as you can see here, a bit of a spoiler. We have Donnie doing the very thing that he does on this TV set. And, well, let's actually look at this box art, because it is quite impressive. If we turn it again, we have the tape, and we have a sticker here. I really liked how the sticker looks torn and also dirty. Very realistic. When I actually saw this, I thought that this was a real, like, sticker. Like, it's really convincing. Look on the back. The back of the TV is the front of the TV, again, but we get another side with a different sticker and just different wires and the bubble gum. And on the top, we have the handle, of course, and a slice of pizza, an O-ring from someone putting a cup on there, and some more bubble gum. And on the bottom, we have our figures that we are going to be getting. And one thing, the thing I'm most worried about is paint applications and the skin tones. I have the Donnie here, but I don't have any of the other turtles, and I'm hoping they got it right. But I know one thing I was excited about is they didn't use the original Turtles accessories and just cast them in a different color, just cast them blatantly like they did with the movie Turtles. They actually have the original accessories that they had in the original 1992 release. So let's open this up. Get the tape here. Be very careful. I probably should be doing this with a knife. Or that works. Another piece of tape. Oh boy. Alright, well, breaking both pieces of tape was unnecessary because they open from the side. I can't believe I forgot that. So yeah, you have the pull tab here, which you have to press this inwards. I never like these things because they always rip. Oh, it's a pain. I'm trying not to destroy the cardboard. Is that taped? Oh my god, it's taped. You know, I would have been here like an idiot for probably 7 minutes if I didn't have this light on me. Alright, so another piece of tape. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I got the tape out of the way. So we can finally look at the contents of the box, which I believe is just figures. Just kind of get these out of here. Yeah, this is something that I saw on several posts that I saw. Get into a bit later. But let's get this box out of the way. Safely, obviously. We have this lovely paper here, which I'm sure does wonders to keeping the bubbles unscratched. But yeah, let's look at these turtles. We have Leo here, and look at that card. It looks just like the original. The Playmates logo is different. Maybe the copyright information, but this looks just like the original. If we look at the back, we can see it is more modern, but also retro. And we have a file card, which is nice. We haven't really gotten file cards a whole lot on these re-releases. And I don't think that the originals had this feature right here. So let me show you that, because you can put your finger in there and you can see his eyes come out. Pretty cool. And they all have different features, so I'll go through them. We have Raph here. I'm realizing these guys aren't as sparkly. Maybe it's just me, but these guys aren't as sparkly as the original. And if you use that button in the back, I imagine it's gonna be pretty hard to try to get his head on straight. Oh, well, apparently not. Or I got lucky. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Mikey. Again, this card art looks just like the original. It's crazy. And we have a wheel, so we have a bit of a bigger opening, which thank God. But it's kind of like Tongue Lasher from Masters of the Universe. His tongue comes out and goes back in. Pretty cool. I'm not going to do it too much because I don't want to rub the plastic and make marks. And here we have the figure that I had, and it looks like the bow staffs came loose. Looks like they're only secured at the top with the plastic molding, and it's just zip tie down here. It didn't hold up too well. That's not going to bother me too much though. If we have the same card again, and if we look in the back, we have the button, and just like the original, actually I'll compare it since I have it. We have that lovely. I gotta say the button's stiffer on the new one. That might be because it's new, or they improved it or something. But yeah, Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is. This is looking almost as shiny as the original, but as you can see, it's less shiny. But I actually prefer it because they were not shiny in the cartoon. Um, and also, it's a good way to differentiate them. But you can see here, oddly, they decided to do something. We have a white line there for representing his teeth, and here, nothing. There's no white line there. Um, but I don't know. I think that's interesting. They put a bit more paint app on there and change up the sparkles a bit on that, and I think it makes the belt look a lot better. Because if you look at the vintage one, the sparkles kind of make it look less black and more gray. And with this, we have that lovely, lovely black color back on his belt, just like the original four turtles in the show. And we could also go through their accessories. We have Donatello two bow staffs. We have the pizza with the blades on it, a communicator in purple with April on it, and a TV, which I'll mention a bit later in the video. We have Mikey with his nunchucks, which are actually in there pretty good. Same pizza, communicator in orange, and a TV. We have Raph here with two Psy, the pizza, red communicator, and television. And we have Leo with his two swords, his pizza, the blue communicator, and the TV. And what I wanted to mention here is, if I reach up and grab this, I have an original Irma TV, April's friend from the show. I don't have the figure, unfortunately. I got this at a yard sale. It's still cool to see it with the antenna. And I saw this when I was looking at them online. The TV is not the same. So I'm going to pick up Leo, just to give you an example. First of all, we see that they don't have the cool transition, what are they called? The things that change when you move it a bit. It looks like they're having motion. They're all the same picture of them eating pizza, just like on the box. It's the same exact picture. And also the sculpt itself is a bit different. You could probably notice that overall. A lot less shiny as well. That's not just on the camera. Base is a lot bigger on the antennas. But the antennas look to be about the same. It's not going to bother me, but there is quite the difference. And it looks like the new one's a bit smaller than the vintage one. But that is definitely... Still, it's cool that they included the TV because they've just been, with a lot of these, the lower end ones, like the cheaper ones, around 50, like the movie ones, which I got 6 in the movie one, to be fair. They include the original accessories that came with the 88 Turtles. So it's nice to see the actual accessories. Now, I did mention something earlier in the video, and I saw it when I was looking on the internet to research these things a bit. I watched a video, and I saw that some of these came bent. Like in the mail, they came bent from Target. The worst one I have here is Raph, and it's pretty bent. Now, unlike the people that bought these and opened these, I'm planning on keeping these carded, since you could use the play feature while they're still carded. And it displays their accessories and everything very well. Also, with the original, it looks like the original card. I really couldn't take it off the card. I might buy another set later on down the line and open them, because they are just like the originals. But if you're a mint on card collector, it's definitely something to consider. This is on all the sets, I'm guessing, not just the Toon Turtles. Do tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, what your experiences are. But as far as I go, yeah, I guess I got pretty lucky, relatively lucky. Only one of my figures got bent card. If we look at Leo here, it's got a pretty straight card. A little bent, but kind of what I expect from a toy. You know, this thing exists. It's going to be, it's going to have problems somewhere down the line. So It's just something to consider if you're like crazy about something being absolutely mint, 10 grading, or 90 grade, I don't know, whatever a good grading is. If you're concerned about the packaging, it's just something to consider. But these turtles are great. Definitely something to pick up if you want the Toon Turtles, and you don't have them, and you don't care if they're reproduction, because you almost like can't tell unless you look at the bottom of the foot. And that's actually something I did want to mention. These accessories are they're very similar to the original. Now I'm guessing the sticker on this is going to be different, and the communicator, but the accessories themselves look like carbon copies. They might be retools. I'm not sure if they have the original molds. Probably not. Playmates didn't keep a lot of their molds. Maybe towards the later parts of the line, but I don't know. I just feel like because I've seen it before with the bootleg Amazon turtles, which I have a set of. They'll try to sell them as the real deal at like full price of the original turtles, but they're selling these cheap knockoffs. Try to get a quick buck off new collectors or someone who's not as experienced with the figures. So definitely something to look out for if you are going to buy a figure. Then make sure you look at pictures of the original and see if they have any re-releases, and look at pictures of those as well, just to make sure you're getting the real deal. And that is something I wanted to mention. The copyright information is all new. It's not reprinted 1992. It's even in the sculpting, it's different, so you can't really take it off. And if you see a turtle and you see their feet has the date rubbed off of it, it's probably suspicious anyways. So I did notice that they used the vintage size holes, because on the movie turtles they have the 2012 sized holes in their feet, so this will be compatible with the vintage toys and the Toon bike. I think that's what that's called, the motorcycle that came out with the Toon Turtles. So not really that bad considering everything. I mean, the bows are loose on Donatello, the card's a little bent on Raphael, but they do look, if you're looking quick enough, just like the original Turtles. But, you know, if you're after the originals and don't care too much if they are the originals, you just want it to look nice on display, I guarantee you will not regret purchasing these instead of paying, what are they going for, like 40, 50 bucks each complete, not carded, on eBay. So you're going to have to cough up a good amount of money to get the originals complete. But you can have these on an almost original card with almost original accessories. If that doesn't bug you too much. It didn't bug me enough. I'd rather spend this money. A lot is happening on this channel, so stay tuned, subscribe if you want to. 50 subscribers, I'm planning on doing a room tour, showing my collections off. And I have a lot of plans for new videos. I have some hauls coming up, like big ones, some scores, just some overall good stuff. So if you're interested in vintage toys from the 80s, 90s, I have some stuff from the 70s even, then consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, you can unsubscribe later. You decide you don't want to be subscribed to the channel anymore, and have a great rest of your day or night, and goodbye.